Shalom to you and welcome. In this video, we'll look at percent in general, and then where we use percent, sales tax, and income tax. But in this video, we won't be going to income tax. We'll look at it next time. But sales tax, yes. So we'll also review some basic operations with percent, like writing fraction as percent, writing decimal as percent, and writing percent as decimal and fraction and so forth. Okay. So percent, the word percent originally came from Latin. It means from the word percentum. Per means for one, and centum is 100. So like century, centum, 100. Okay. So percent, they are results of expressing a number as part of 100, a part of 100. For example, 70%, if you get a 47% in a test, it means you got 47 out of 100. So percent compares a number to 100. It is part over the whole, and the whole is 100. So quickly, let's express a fraction as a percent. All we need to do, any number, whether fraction, decimal, whatever it is, just multiply by 100. If we multiply by 100 and put percent sign, we are done. So we have 1/8 times 100. So this 100 is a whole number. If you like, you can put it over 1 and just simplify any way you want. You can divide 1/8 and multiply by 100, or just multiply across 1 times 100. You get 100 over 8 times 1 is 8, and then you plug it into your calculator, you get 12.5, and you just put percent sign in it, and that's it. We have written this 100 is equivalent to 12.5%. Okay, so we can also have a decimal as percent. This will have fraction. Okay, here, how about a decimal? The same thing, just take that number and multiply by 100. Now, think of when you multiply a number by 100. Whenever you multiply a number, you make it bigger. It should go larger. And where do you go to make on the number line to make number larger? Do you go to the right or do you go to the left? So we know the numbers on the right are larger than the number on the left. So if we want to make a number larger, we move to the right. So we are going to move our decimal to the right, okay? So decimal is here, we go 1, 2. We are going to move it twice because we have 2 zeros there. And so we are going to get, what's that? Sorry, we are not going to have a decimal in front of 0 anymore. So it's going to be 2.3, and we put the percent sign. So because the decimal point is between 2 and 3 now. And that's it. Just multiply the number by 100. And simplify. How about if we have a percent already and we are writing it to a number? That number could be a whole number, could be a fraction, could be a decimal. Okay, so what we do the opposite. So first of all, put it over 100. So to write it as a fraction, so 0.067 over 100. So if you put it over 100, you remove the percent sign because the percent means per 100. So don't leave the percent sign after you put it over 100. So now, all we need is to simplify this. Because we want our answer to be a fraction, we want it to stay as a fraction. So we cannot divide by 100. So think of, we cannot leave the decimal in the numerator. We have to make it a whole number. What can we make this number to be a whole number? This is 10th, 100th, 1000th. So 70 is in the 1000th place. So it takes 1000 to make 0.067 a whole number. So we're going to multiply both sides by 1000. So if we multiply the top by 1000 to make it a whole number, we have to multiply the bottom by 1000 also. And that gives us 7 on top, because we are going to move 1, 2, 3. That will make that a whole number. And then we're going to multiply the bottom. So 100 times that, 100,000. and it is in simplest form. That will be it as a fraction. So as a decimal, we're going to just divide because, okay, we have 0.067. Putting it over 100 is the same thing as dividing by 100. And when we multiply, we go to the right because we want to get a bigger number. When we divide, we get a smaller number. So we're going to move our decimal to the left. Okay? Don't have space here. I'm going to rewrite this. So 0.067. We are going to move it the decimal 2 places to the left. So Canada 1, 2. So the decimal is here. There is a space here, so we put 0 there. So we're going to have 0 at the ones place, dot, and then we have 0.0067. And we remove the percent sign. So this is the equivalence of it in number. It's going to be a smaller, because we divided. All right. And we read that's going to be equivalent to 67 what? 100,000. Is that 100,000? Okay. Okay, another one. We have a whole number percent. We do the same thing as a fraction. Put it over 100. So 250 over 100. And then we remove the percent sign. Now we are going to write it in simplest form. I know we can quickly divide by 10 or 5 or whatever. So, but I want us to review quickly use the prime factorization. So again, in case if it is difficult numbers or unfriendly numbers, you can always use your prime factorization. So if we start by 5, start by 2 again also, but if we start by 5 go into 250, we can get 50. And 5 go into 100, we get 20. 5 can go again. 5 is prime. 5 go into 50 is 10. 5 go into 20 is 4. Okay, 2 can go. 2 go into 10 is 5. 2 go into 4 is 2. Okay, nothing else can go into 5 and 2. So that would be the least fraction. So in the fraction, it's going to be 5 over 2. Make sure you keep the order again. So that's that fraction reduced. Okay, next we find the decimal. Okay, again, we do the same thing. We just divide 250 divided by 100. And so we are going to move our decimal 2 places. Right now, this is a whole number. So the decimal comes after the ones. So it's behind the zero. So we're going to move it 1, 2. And the decimal is right here. So it's going to be 2.5. And that will be that. All right. All right, so let's look at the sales tax. Sales tax, they are money collected by states or counties or the federal tax also on the sales that customers, when we purchase anything, the tax cost. That's how they get money to take care of our roads, our education and stuff. And so sometimes it's not fun. The more money you have, the more tax you have to pay. All right, but that's what we need to do to enrich our country. Now, discounts, on the other hand, it's good. We love it. Okay, whenever we have things on sale, we're gonna save some money. So the business, they do that to attract customers. So, but make sure you pay attention to the sales tax gonna be the rate times the cost of item. Discount is always times the original price. Okay. So let's solve your problem that involves both. A widescreen television usually costs $1,250. You can get a 30% discount if you buy it today. It has to be today. 1 day sale. So you must also pay 8% tax, okay, on what the cost is. So how much will the television cost if you buy it today? So we're going to take advantage of that discount. So we find the discount percent. Now, percent depends on what the whole is. Percent has a whole. Every percent has a whole. Okay, so this 30% is going to be off of the original, but 8% is going to be off of the cost. So we are going to go ahead and do the discount. Okay, if we do the discount, now are you talking about discount rate or discount amount? So make sure you keep them apart. So discount amount is going to be the 30%. Okay, 30% of the original, which is 1250. Okay, so we're going to change this to a fraction, remove the percent sign, so we put it over 100. Of is times 1250. And we can either multiply the top and multiply the bottom, divide by 100, or we can change this to decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. We're going to get 0.3 times 1250. So whichever way you feel more comfortable, you're going to get the same result. So we're going to have $375. Okay, this is the amount we are going to save on this sale. That's great. If we didn't have to pay tax, but we still have to pay tax, so we're going to find what the tax is going to be and remove it. Okay, so we do cost before tax. Okay, so how much is it going to cost before tax? So that's going to be 1250 minus how much we are going to sell. How much the cost it would have cost if there was no tax. So if we do that, we get 875. Okay, that's what we would have paid on that television. But then we are going to have tax, so we're going to take care of that tax. So tax amount is going, so this is M amount. Tax amount is going to be 8%. So it's 8% of this cost, which is 875. Again, we divide this by 100. That will give us 0.08 times 875. And that would give $70. So $70 is what we are going to pay to the state or federal or county or whatever. And so after the tax, if we take away what is left, cost after tax, change cost. Okay, cost after tax. So, and that's the final amount we are going to pay. That's going to be then, if we take away 875 plus, now we are adding it. Remember, we subtracted the discount because it's taken away as our money we saved it. We're going to add tax, we're going to pay it back, and then that will give us a 945 cents. So we were still able to save some dollars off of that 1,250. So that's still okay. All right. Hope you get that. Tax you add, discount you take away, but you have to find the percent and use the right whole amount.